Good morning, Iricha.
Good morning. How are you?
Very fine.
So, like I was saying, we've had a very good and fruitful last week where last week on Thursday we began our healing fair. Okay, once. Okay, okay. One sec. Sorry for that. I don't know what was happening. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So it seems some tab just simply went off on high volume. Okay. But let's begin from the beginning. Hi everyone, happy Thursday. Hello from all of us at Cesta Healing. I was just saying a big thank you to each one of you for the amazing response that we had from all of you for the healing fair. It's things like that that keep us going. We've had some amazing healings happening last week at this time. We began the healing fair and we've managed with the cooperation of our entire team, with the cooperation of all our healers and all of you that participated. We've managed to do 150 plus readings in just those few days, and hopefully a lot of people benefited from it as well. We've had some very positive reviews that have come from it. If any of you from here, I mean, I know many of you over here actually did participate. So if any of you would like to share your feedback here as well, please do raise your hand. The idea is to get that energy generated when we take initiatives, when we see each of you pouring in and coming in and experiencing it, because that was taking this, what we've been doing here on our journey with you. Yeah, we've been talking about different concepts, talking about different things that can help us shift our mindset. This was essentially taking that one step further to actually experiencing that in real time. Yes, Amita, please. How are you?
Hi, good morning, Richa.
Good morning. So nice to see you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm great.
I just want to immensely thank the entire Cesta team. I have a sore throat, so my voice is a little whatever,
That's okay.
hoarse. It's a little hoarse. So the entire Cesta team, as well as my therapist, it was such an amazing release for me. I can't believe it. I just wanted to say that there was some restlessness in me, which I was not able to understand. And it was always something to do about doubting myself or just feeling, I'm not there, I can't do it. And, those kind of, you know me very well.
I know you.
So I really don't have to expand on that. So what I really felt was an amazing sense of calm. And my message, even though, it's okay, it has been several years, it dates back, but my message was that don't be in haste. So that gave me a lot of peace, instead of constantly doubting myself, and I'm just feeling amazing. And so I would really want to thank my therapist, Vijaya, and Sunita, and the entire Cesta team from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much. It was actually really nice to see, because we had different sort of experiences with people who had no idea what healing was. Somebody simply told them, who stepped in. We had people who've been attending here for a while. So you all know what healing is. You all are familiar to each one of us. Or you all are telling us that, oh, I hope if everyone had only one request. I hope it's someone senior that's taking my session. I hope it's someone senior that knows what they're doing. And which was a fair request, because that's somewhere where everyone starts as to, I hope I'm going to get a good, reading out of this. I hope I'm going to get a good session out of this. I can't explain to you how many messages we received such, and when we told each and every person that, don't worry, if we're putting this to the Cesta name, we know the quality that we're assuring you of. And we're putting our name to it. So we know the people that are going to do your sessions. They're all our students. They might have started their journey years back. They might have started their journey on Daily Theta with you. They might have started their journey at any point, but today they've taken the effort. Today they've got themselves to the level where we are proud to present them, where they've done our graduate program, where that they are minimum at that level, and we know they're good at what they do. One of the great things was we also had students like Amita who've been old students of ours who joined in for the readings. We had some old clients join in for the reading, and just to see the beautiful experience where if each of us are open, that's one thing that I want to speak about today as well, that for each of us to be open to the guidance that we would receive, for each of us to be receptive and to receive it in the manner that we are meant to receive it. One of the reasons we had put essentially readings and we'd put some healings we knew we could do justice to in the time frame that was provided, such as the baby in the womb healing, which is an extremely deep level healing that is there. It's a very deep reading, very deep healing, your scan and downloads, was because those were things that we know that people that are even new can dip their foot in it and still benefit from it. Now, most people are fascinated by readings, they just want to know, okay, what is wrong, but why is this happening to me? But why is that happening to me? And that is not just, the few people that are thinking, yes, that's me. Most people are very drawn to readings when they walk into a certain place, or why do people go for tarot readings or higher self reading or any reading? To get guidance, a lot of times just out of curiosity, and mostly because we want to know, why is this happening to me? What is happening to me? Why is it happening to me? And the minute we get that answer, we feel somewhere at peace. That guidance is priceless. But what happens after that, right? You get the guidance of why things are happening to you. Now, there are few that wanted to know why. What I was proud of is the many that wanted to know, what do I do about it? For those that might have missed that little bit of what do I do about it, what is the next thing for me to do? How do I get out of it? Because when we look for guidance, it's mostly because there's some area in our life that we are at and we don't know how to move forward from there. Nothing wrong with it. Even the best of us are there at times. Sometimes it's a problematic situation wherein health, relationship, work, anywhere. Sometimes it is some place where we just, know that intuitively that I need to move on from here, but I do not know how. Sometimes, like Amita said, it is not about moving on or, it's that you're moving too fast and, there's all these doubts and things that are coming in our mind and we do not know what to do about it. So sometimes even the guidance could be just like, simply to slow down, and that's very, very important guidance as well. So for the different reasons, now anytime a person takes a guidance, so to say, is because they are at a certain point and they do not know how to move forward from there. I've been here for a while and now I do not know what to do about it. So one very important thing with that is, am I only stuck in the why? Why are they behaving with me this manner? Why do I not know if I can do this? Why is my situation not changing? Why is my health not getting better? Why am I not getting the job that I want? Why am I not creating the house that I should be living? I know I should be living in. Why is my money not coming to me? Whatever your whys might be. I hope that all of you got the answers that you wanted. But I do hope that many of you went to the next step, because that is one thing I always emphasize on, which is the what next. If I am here, how do I shift that? How do I change it? What can I do about it? What am I supposed to do? Because planting a seed is great. Plant 100 trees. I want to do this. I want to plant 1,000,000 trees. I want to, I've taken that first. I've taken that first. Very honestly, the hardest step to take, first step, you've taken that first step. But if you've planted that seed and you refuse to do any follow up on it after that, whether it is giving it the water that it requires, whether it is, giving it the nourishment that it needs, the sunlight that it needs, unless and until I am going to provide the environment where it can actually grow, downloads essentially help you to create that soil that will flourish in, but the water still needs to be put by you. There's only that much your therapist or anyone can do for you in terms of helping you find out what, like, so you can hire a consultant for anything to tell you, for instance, that, oh, you today you get people to even declutter your cupboards, to change your style, to tell you what career to take, to tell you all of those things. They'll help you realize, what was going wrong. They'll help you see what your strengths are. They could help you understand what are the things that would work for you. They can help you to create that soil also. So this seed is not working in this climate. What seed? Why is this seed not working in this climate? Yeah, this is the rotten seed that is there, which is causing all the problems that it's causing. So why is it not working in this climate? What can we do to, in an eco-friendly manner, let it go? What is the new seed that we require? What is the soil, etc., fertilizer that will be required? Let me source all of it for you. Let me give you all of it. Now you are given one task only. And I'll place it also for you in the place where optimal sunlight will come for this plant. All you need to do now is to water that plant. Nothing else. So, of course, depending from situation to situation, the guidance that comes for us is different. Sometimes you need to water that plant. Sometimes you need to make sure that that plant has the soil changed after a few days. Sometimes you need to make sure that you're checking on if there's any insects coming in. It depends on the plant, right? It depends on where we are in our beliefs, where we are in our lives, and what is it that is required for us. What is it that we need to do to make sure that this flourishes? This thing that was so hard to do, where I took the first step, where I invested the money, where I invested that time, I got all this change done. Now I have this. Now what do I do? So that little instruction card comes. You can go, you go to the florist, they've done everything, they've given you the plant. How many of you have plants that just don't survive, even if it's a cactus? I have friends who tell me, even if it's a cactus, even if it's an orchid, even if it's like those low maintenance plants and flowers and things that are there, and they're just like, I just can't. It just doesn't stay. Right? Now, that's not a direct reflection of how life shifts for us, but essentially, you have to just at least give it water, because that is how long it takes to grow. They could sit there, but that is how long it takes to grow. So that is the one thing that you might have to do. Now, that action step, you guys, is very, very important. I don't know what the guidance was for each and every one of you. There are many sessions that I did review with, just to see that our therapists were performing to their best ability, giving you something that was totally of value, giving you something that was to a certain standard. Okay. But a lot of people were guided to action steps. A lot of people, in fact, opened up a lot of emotions, a lot of things within their life that came up. And touch wood, that's great. Your mind has been that receptive to bring that to you. Whatever the action steps were for you there, I urge each and every one of you, please, please take them. Because you've opened it up, you're ready for it. Do not let it sit there and fester. It could have been something as simple as slow down. It could be something where you need to go and have a conversation, do something. It could be where you actually need to get into it and resolve your beliefs. Because these were primary level readings. So a lot of time that in-depth shift, whether it's through working one-on-one, whether it's through actually learning, through empowering yourself. It could be about you learning and shifting things for yourself and others, because a lot of people had generational patterns as well that came up. And I'm sure that our healers have done the best to give you a very complete feel when you get out of it. Where you're not like, in the middle of your issue. But if there is something generational that comes up, you can do one session, but it could take so long to get that resolved, to learn it, to do that is what makes all that difference. So today I'm also going to be doing some downloads for everyone when we wrap this session up, about taking action, about knowing that it's safe to move forward in life. Because literally at any given point, if we're resisting change, then things become also harder for us, because of course everyone's scared of change, but change is the only constant. It's the only thing that I know, that even if I'm doing nothing, if I'm going to sit here as I am, do nothing, the time will change, the season will change, the time of the day will change, everything will keep changing. So you see, when we're sometimes at a point where life, everything feels like it's at a pause for us, and then when we put our head up, we see that so much has shifted. Then we deal with that gamut of issues that comes up with, okay, I was right here, and oh my God, the world has moved on. But I want each of you to come from an empowered state where change is the only constant. So we could either resist it or we could embrace it. And when we embrace the positive changes that we are ready to make in life, trust me, everything that is required for that to happen. Because your soul is here to grow. So many of you wanted to know your life purpose, wanted to know whether you're walking along it, what is happening there. And anytime we're walking along our life purpose, anytime that we are shifting in the direction that we really need to, things really start aligning for us. Things start working out for us. Each person has constraints, each person has challenges. They're different from person to person. So no challenge is small or big. Whether it is about not having the support system around to actually go through what we want to do, whether it is about not having the resources, the money to do what we need to do, whether it's about not having the time, whether it's about being feeling so stuck or frozen in the state that we are in, that you don't know where and how to move forward. It just feels so tedious. It just feels so far away. That the question goes like, but am I ever going to get there? What if nothing changes? I think one of those things is what I spoke about as well last time. What if nothing changes? It's so far. Now, if you're absolutely going to sit right where you're at, there's 100% chance that nothing will change. But if you have the courage to take the step that you require to take for your journey to move forward, there's at least a 50% chance that things will change for the better. Things will begin to move. When we do energy vastu, we're checking the energy of a place. We're seeing how it is, whether it's flowing positively, negatively. We generally check it with a pendulum. Or if it's stagnant. And sometimes we look at a house and of course they've asked you for a vastu. There's probably some energy rectification. They want some areas the energy is flowing really well. Some areas it's really going in reverse. It's really negative. Some areas, it's just stuck. And that time the person tells us, it's good na, at least negative to nahi hai idhar. It's not negative at least. So good, no, at least jo bhi hai. But we tell them, no, negative energy, it's still energy, it's still flowing. Any flow is better than no flow. Even if it's negative, because all it means is that the minute I shift the direction of that wind, it can go completely positive too. But sometimes, like, as you would also know, if you're doing things, you're doing them at a momentum, even if they're not working out for you. But till you have the capacity to I always tell people, look at the strengths that you have. So in a session, when they tell me, how they mess up because their intuition told them to do something, but they didn't do it. Or, they put in so much effort into it and it went wrong. Whatever it might be. We always generally draw at what is the positive. And see, at least we know that you're very dedicated towards whatever you're doing. You're very persuasive, you're very tenacious. You'll make sure that if I put my thought into this is happening in my life. You're very intuitive. Currently, you don't know how to use it correctly, but at least that quality exists within you, right? Same goes for energy. Any energy that's flowing, because our chakras, all of our body, everything is flowing energy. So till the energy is flowing, what I need to do is to redirect that energy to flow in the manner that does work for me, that is for my highest best. The minute that energy stops, it gets stagnant. It sits where it is at. It's like a person being disabled. Suddenly they've been in an accident, those legs do not work. God forbid. Now that energy is stuck. Now to get it moving is extremely hard. Till it was like, oh, they're in the wrong, they're going in the wrong, habit, they're doing the wrong thing, they're using the energy the wrong, but they had energy, they could do it. Now that person, has a paralysis or a coma. Like I'm giving you physical examples of energy being stuck in a manner that becomes easy to understand, right? Now to get them out of it and then to do something is so much harder. Same goes for our house, same goes for our anything, same goes for our thoughts. Stagnancy creates a lot of muck around it. Stagnancy creates, you think about stagnant water, no? It creates disease. It creates infection. Our mind also, like when there's nothing, it creates problems that did not exist in the first place. Water is great. We need water for our survival. We need water for everything. Water could be flowing in the wrong direction. It'll be really difficult to contain. Water flowing in the right direction, beautiful, smooth. It'll take the place that it needs to, take the pace, the shape that it needs to. It's flowing in the correct direction, it'll take care of itself. Water that is stagnant only breeds infection. Now the same water not usable. Now the same water that could give me life is giving me all sorts of problems. Your mosquitoes breed from there, everything breeds from there, and everything grows from there in a toxic manner because it's not even still flowing. It's still stuck there. So that's an important part of our energy also. We're made up of so many chakras. We talk about the 7 major chakras, but we're made up of like hundreds and hundreds of chakras. These are all energy centers within our body that are constantly spinning. Every thought of ours also affects them as to how they're moving, what direction they're spinning. But as long as it's spinning, that's what's important. So to keep moving, to keep taking action, to keep seeing what can I do? Even if I'm scared of whether I'll be able to do it, what will I do? How will I do? Move at your pace. Like we say, sometimes take baby steps, sometimes take a leap of faith, sometimes go according to the situation and do what you got to do. But that chakra, that energy moving is very, very important. Same goes for the energy of your mind, the energy of your thoughts, the energy of your problems, the energy of anything you're looking to shift within your life. Changing, moving forward, keeping on moving is extremely important. Move at your own pace. Move like really slow. If someone's reached the end of the road, you could still be like 2 steps away. That is fine as long as you're moving. And trust me, when your mind aligns to that thought, and I say this with so much confidence, having seen it so many times that I could swear by it. And this is the only one thing I tell people is, if you want to shift your life, if you want to transform your life, I understand your limitations. I respect them. However, just simply, in your mind, your mind already knows of your limitations. Our mind does a great job of reminding us of our limitations, of where we are stuck, of what is going wrong. If we are, if we're too scared to admit it to ourselves, we generally find an army of people around us that'll help us do that. They'll tell us, you don't do this, you're never doing this, you do this wrong. They'll point your mistakes at you. They'll tell you what's wrong with you. I always say, associate with the people that tell you what's right or how to get towards what's right. That you can sit with and say, yes, this is wrong with me. I'm so fed up with this. This has been going on in my life since forever. I want to change it. What can I do? It could be through a simple discussion and a talk about it also. Right? But the people that are going to encourage you to what is the next step? The people that do not believe in the energy of stagnancy and going like, dekh lenge yaar, stay where you are at, things will happen. Everything works out for us. Everything works out at its own pace. Everything works out, but as long as you're still showing up for it to work out. Right? I could be like, no, God is going to handle everything for me. I'm going to have a great business. Everything's going to work out. See, clients will just come to me. People will come to me. But if I don't take the effort of at least going and showing up and sitting in the office and answering a phone call, God could send the client to me. But if I'm not there to open the door for that client, because I'm sitting in the room going like, God is going to send me that client, that person who's ill, who's like, God will make me better. God will make you better, probably right. But when God is sending someone to make you better, when God is sending you that medicine, at least open the door. That person will come and they will give you the medicine in your hand. They will sit there, but to gulp it down is going to be your job, no? You can get the horse to the water, you cannot make it drink it. So that little bit, no, we forget sometimes. We were like, oh, God is there. My angels told me everything they'll take care of. My higher self told me, okay, don't worry, I will do everything. It will do everything, but it just takes by default that the little prerequisite of showing up or taking that first action step or doing whatever is it, that they are relying on you doing. When you've uncovered all whatever that you've uncovered, discovered through your journey, whether you were part of that fair, whether you were not, is because your mind was ready for that. Your mind has been feeling ready to get that out into your life. You found a source that'll help you get to the awareness, the understanding. Some people might have been told in clear steps, this is what you need to do. On the first day of the healing fair, we actually had to hold a meeting after all the sessions, reviewing all of them, everything, because it was new for the healers, it was new for everyone. And they came back and they're like, the angel was just saying, you need to do this, you need to, but I didn't know how to tell them that. Because of course, they're told that these are new people, don't alarm them with, all this is happening in your life, or, learn this or do this. But that time we had to tell our healers and listen, give them concrete action steps, because sometimes us telling people, in the passing, it's difficult for when you're in the middle of your issue to take a subtle message your angel might give you, a subtle message someone might give you. That go learn, go do this, go change it. Because we are in the middle of our issue, it's difficult at that point for anyone to be open to subtlety. Sometimes a person needs a more subtle message that just, nudges them forward. So tell people, listen, if there is something the angels tell them. They're angels and them, they both know what language works. Just tell them what they need. That do this. Because anything that came up, if for instance, I know some people had a very deep release, very deep session. Mostly the people who had taken 3, 5 readings had very, very deep sessions. A lot of them. A lot of stuff came up. And the idea is, okay, what do I do about it? So, which is why take whatever action is required for you. So, anytime we're resisting change, we're resisting action, we're resisting any of those things, is when we create stagnancy for ourselves. So, we'll be doing downloads for you for allowing shifts within your life, allowing change, allowing yourself to keep going. Any fears of keeping on going and leaving people behind, or being scared of it, whatever it is, we want to get that out. But before I do those downloads for you, I want to know if anyone has any questions. Any questions about this? Any questions in general? Please ask.
Richa, can the ancestors be very biased?
They can, actually.
That is
Ancestors
what
can be. Tell
Yeah.
me what you say.
No, that is what I am not very comfortable, with one of my ancestor who gave me a reply which I don't agree with, but then I just don't want to offend, just keep quiet.
Okay, so I'll tell you one thing. Okay, so now ancestors, by their very nature, understand it, right? We always tell people, you want guidance, there are different ways to get guidance. One is get the creator's guidance, the absolute truth that might be there. Get your angel's guidance will generally be little soft, nice, it's okay, we can do this, angelic. Get your higher self guidance, which might be very direct. See, this you need to do, figure it out, do it. And then get your ancestors guidance, which is very personal to us, and you understand your ancestors. If you even just think of them, think of their nature, they're part of your family. They might have a soft spot for someone, a soft spot for another person. They are also on their journey of evolution that is there, and they're still making that journey of evolution. Many a times ancestors say, I don't want to talk, I don't want to give this person any guidance. We in fact tell people when they're learning the ancestor readings in theta, they learn how to do the readings, and we tell them at that point that sometimes 2-3 ancestors show up together, and we tell them, please, to address them turn by turn in the order they showed up, because they still in that pain do have their egos in mind. Their egos that are still active. So if, for instance, your mother's side grandmother showed and your father's side grandmother showed, and both of them had some, they've evolved from this point forward, but they're still evolving. Their souls are still evolving. Then they might be like, I'm not interested in staying here anymore, I'm leaving. So they have their own set of drama, but they can give you invaluable guidance because they are part of that family structure. So do not take that very personally, whatever might be there at that point. I would highly suggest you to see it from the point of view of, okay, like I said, what do I do about it? They could be biased only when you will ask them things like, why is this one behaving with me like this way? Why don't they understand this? And if they have maybe, more an inclination that they might give you an answer like that. But I would say, look at, okay, so this problem is there. What do I do about it? Because then there is no, like feeling bad or, oh, why are they saying this? It's about what do I do? And so family to family rehta, and whatever planes they evolve to know, there's still that little bit that which goes on. So you can see as to what do I do about it. But yes, they can be a little biased. They're still evolving in their own journey.
And just to add, Richa, so Pala, another thing, if you were not very much in agreement with what your ancestors said, then what you need to understand is no matter what, somewhere you are also holding on to the same belief system.
Very true.
Because it is in your DNA. So what you are not disliking and what you think that, they are biased, but what they are doing and what they are telling you, you are also doing the same thing. Probably you're not realizing it. So, I mean, the readings does give you guidance, but more than that, the entire modality is developed by Vayana to understand the difference between the frequency of different planes, how the answers are so different, and for one to experience that how it is different to get answer from the pure energy. And for us to realize, because every time probably I'm not dependent, like, I mean, I am supporting my own beliefs and I am living my life. So only my awareness and my consciousness will define what I will receive in exchange. And that comes to Karishma's question also, like not being aware of the next question, and where Anusha answered that learning it does help you. So Karishma also like asked on the chat right now, I don't know the next step. And Anusha answered that learning definitely makes difference. So the learning is like people have the myth that learning is to be a healer. But you all to realize learning is not for you to be a healer. Very few are passionate to make a difference in the world. They have this fire, innate fire that I want to see a happier world. I want to see that the world changes. I have come down on the earth to make sure that I'm doing a part of it. Like, I want to be in the God's this thing, because all the readings when the healers are doing, they are not doing it. They are being the channel of the divine. So, I mean, it is giving an opportunity to be the channel of the divine, and it's flowing through you. So theta is a way of living your life, way of thinking. And the how in the school you learned alphabets and numbers, you require to learn how to think. Even if you think, people have claimed and told you that, oh, you are fantastic and oh, you are so positive. Probably you are still not aware what is positive and negative. Because life is still a learning curve, and from that you are learning and evolving. And so Karishma and Pala and all, at least Pala, I know you have been very regular on the group. Just empower yourself with the tools now. Like to know that, what is the difference? And like instantly when the reading happens, it should occur to you that, my ancestor is telling me that where am I doing it? If I didn't like it, when I'm also doing it to the others, they also don't like it. It is the quality of a person which is a mirror reflection of somebody else. And that when it happens, our mindset should be so quick to assimilate and to realize that, it's not about them, it's about me. And it is always about me. And I have the power to change myself. How? Quickly go in the theta state, identify the belief, change it. And then what qualities I require to instill that feelings. So Pala, think it from that perspective. Give the closure to the session either by learning, taking session, whatever resonates. Since I am a strong advocate of gaining knowledge, I always advocate learning it. You take your choice, but don't say it's happening. Even at this age, even now, I go on updating and I learn. Even if I'm learning from US people, I'm awake whole night and studying, because neither time, nor distance, nor money, nothing is a boundary for me. Nothing stops. So you think where you take this step. Like if you don't want to, then take a session with the same therapist and say what was my learning and downloads and all, and integrate that. Yes, Karishma.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, good morning.
Good
So
morning, Karishma.
this is the first time I actually ever got into any of these readings or sessions. So it was a very, very emotional session for me with my ancestors. But with my higher self, I was a little confused because it said that I need to paint and draw, which I have never been inclined towards. So that was something very new. Now to make, I mean, I don't understand even how to do it, because I don't feel I'm creative in that sense at all, Now I'm going to be 45. I don't like, I mean, I've never thought of painting or any such thing. So that confused me a bit, but even from my angels, I just got a message that they are around if I ask for help. Now I don't understand how to do these things. This is it's something very, very new to me. So yeah.
So number one, Karishma, if it is, as you said, that ancestor reading was very emotional because, as Richa explained, they are your family members.
Right.
And when your family members, they speak your language and probably like you understand it easily. Now, higher self is an angel guides are a little at a higher frequency than the ancestor. Ancestor belong to fourth plane in theta, as we explained. and higher self is at the fifth plane. Angel guides are also, they reside at the fifth plane. Multiple dimensions are there, and it's higher frequency. So when you get the message of painting and drawing, what it means is to bring colors in your life.
Oh, okay.
You have the power to design your life, and higher self, ideally, like you decide your purpose of life with your higher self.
Okay.
So many times, like, it is again the skill set to understand what questions to be asked to get direct direction in the life.
Right.
So which many people are not aware. People are not aware. Let me
Yeah.
generalize it.
Nor am I. I mean, I didn't know what
Not
to ask.
few people are not aware. It does take time for them to even understand what question should I ask, which will actually give me the answer I'm looking for.
Right.
So your higher self is just asking you to bring colors in your life and to know that you be in charge of it. Like you draw and you paint means the life is a canvas, and
Okay.
you require to decide what picture you want to draw there. What are the
Okay.
colors you will be going to put into that? So I am the one designing it. Like
Hmm.
not that, I am not the victim of the circumstances. If you
It's
think
very
you are the victim
interesting,
of
but
the
how?
circumstances, you are not.
Yeah, it's very interesting, but how to get into it is something very, something very new. You know?
Answer is the same for everyone because as I say, like my way of working and from the time I entered our last 20, 21, 22 years, I don't even remember. For me, I have that immense thirst or the fire to gain more and more knowledge because that's the only thing which I know I will carry forward. And that's the way like I like to
बाथरूम
carry
में है
forward. Or like so for like there are two ways to go about it. So to give it a closure and get more clarity, like either you take
हाँ
the
बस ये
session
हल्का
with
सा
the
अगर
therapist.
एंड में थोड़ा सा अलग अलग कर देना
एक
ठीक है
second.
हाँ
Can you put everybody on mute, Mehak? Yeah. So
It's done.
not you, Karishma. Sorry. So either like, when you go and if you are not clear, like what direction you should take in your life, you can ask that your angels and higher self or get a theta scan done, the belief work and the downloads, because then the entire, when you take a session, we do the digging. We still go deeper. The therapist will still go deeper to identify which belief of yours is creating the mess in your life and then help you. And there are number of tools like we wanted you guys to experience. So we gave you 5 tools, but there are multiple tools in theta healing. So one way to go about it is like, you can go to the therapist and ask them that I require further guidance for it, and they will do the needful. But take a proper session. Another way of doing it is like learning it. And that helps a lot because it's empowering, it's education. It's like I need to understand basic alphabets, numbers, how to make sentences, everything. So the
Essentially, Karish,
you will connect to the office. They will give you the charges, the level of therapist based on how much knowledge and how many workshops they have done, their experience. There are different levels of therapist, and she
Okay.
will give you the entire details for the same.
Thank you so
essentially
much.
the Karishma or
Yeah.
anyone really, if there is, one or two things that have come up, there are, I mean, even whether within the session, whether within your life, if there are one or two things that are going on that simply need resolution, then yes, go to a session. But it's like, if you have an offbeat headache that has come and you go, or you got a cough and cold, you go to the doctor, you get the medicines, you come back. But if you're seeing parallelly so many things that have come up, so many things that are happening, that's when you go to the doctor and when you get a full body checkup done, right? And when you go like, how do I shift my lifestyle? So that becomes an absolute SOS as to come on, let's change it. And that's when you know that the guidance isn't because a lot of people that have asked either privately or otherwise as to how to go about it, that's the time that you know that you absolutely got to empower yourself and not keep going to the doctor and take medicine for one thing that is coming up. So that's an essential difference that is there. We'll do some downloads for everyone now. Mom, do you want to do some, or should I continue to do them? Okay. Okay, so we're just going to do some downloads for everyone, like we spoke about, for action, for making the shifts, for having the clarity on what shifts to make, and for allowing things to actually work out in our favor, for allowing the tide to turn in that direction as well, so that we may. Yeah, so for each of you, just allow yourself to close your eyes, take in 3 deep breaths, and be open, be receptive to the downloads that we're going to do just now. So would each and every one of you like to know that I know and understand the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of change, of action, that I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to take action within my life, for me to actively be involved towards shifting my life, for me to take action in all the areas where otherwise simply my thoughts reside, that I know what it feels like to take action and move forward in my life, to know that it is safe for me to take action, to know that I can live my daily life with a balance of yin and yang energy, with a balance between my thoughts and my actions, to know that I allow myself to now move out of my comfort zone of staying within my thoughts to actually taking action towards the life that I choose to create for myself now, to know that I deserve the life that I've always dreamed of, and that it is safe and possible for me to create the same, that I allow the journey that I have to take to create the dream life that I want to be a very happy and joyous one. That I know the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of change and moving forward, and that I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and it is possible for me to make positive changes and shifts within my life, to know which positive changes and shifts to make, to know how to make them, to know that it is safe to make them, to know that it's possible to make them, and to allow myself now to have the resources to make those in a joyous and harmonious manner, to know the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of clarity, and I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to live my daily life, having clarity of the life I choose to create for myself, having clarity of the steps I need to take, the action I need to take to create that life for myself, having a clarity of thoughts, having a clarity of who I am, of what I am, of what I wish to do within my life, to know that it is safe and possible for me to have this clarity, that I'm allowed to have this clarity. I choose to have this clarity. I deserve to have this clarity of thought, and to be able to take the actions forward towards the same, to know what it feels like, how to, when to, and to know how beautiful life is when our thoughts and actions are in alignment, when what we think, what we want, and what we do, and what we create for ourselves is in alignment with one another, and that I choose to create this alignment for myself, that I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to live forward my life, progressing each day, moving forward each day, blossoming and finding new versions of myself, and knowing what it is like to operate at my highest best and at my highest potential, that I choose to operate at my highest potential, that I choose to move beyond patterns of stagnancy towards creating empowerment for myself, towards a life that is one of my dreams, towards a happy, joyous, empowered life, to know that it is safe and possible to create anything that I choose to desire and I desire for within my life, that I allow myself now to tap into the multitude of potential that I hold within myself, and to create my life with that potential, that I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to have the courage to take those steps forward, to know the creator of all that is his definition and perspective of support and divine guidance. And I know what it feels like, how to, when to, and that it is safe and possible for me to have that clarity of thought, to take that action step forward, and to know that as I do that, the support that I require, that I am supported, that I am guided in my ventures forward within my life, that I am supported and guided as I take steps forward in my life, that I know what it feels like to do so joyously and in a balanced manner, to know that I can do so without constantly looking for support, but simply knowing that harmony, joy, balance, and living the life of my dreams and living my life in an empowered manner not only empowers me, but empowers all those around me as well. That I choose to be empowered in an energy of empowerment and a high level energy now and always, to choose to be empowered, happy, joyous, balanced, and in sync with who I truly am now and in every moment. Would you like these feelings to be downloaded for you into every cell, atom, molecule of your body, into every area of your life, in all four levels of your belief systems, and in any and every language ever known or understood by you, for your highest and best and in your highest and best manner? Say yes within your mind to receive this download. And as you do, simply imagine this download as a beautiful waterfall of energy that's entering your space, permeating into every cell within your body, energizing it, getting it ready, getting it moving, shifting, full of life, invigorating it with energy to move, to walk, to take action, to go forward. This beautiful tingling as this light settles into every cell, every atom, every molecule of your being, from head to toe. And as it permeates every cell of your being, now from that moving outwards, moving forwards into your auric space, into every area of your life, and into everything you choose to create and are creating for your life. Sending this energy forward within you and around you. Whenever you feel ready, grounded, happy, integrated, balanced, simply come back into this room, back into this space. And with a big, broad smile, open your eyes. So simply sending this beautiful energy of action, of moving forward, of shifting our lives, and of creating them in the most empowered and transformational way possible. No pattern that you are stuck in, or that you feel stuck in rather, is too big. Anything that you created, that you had the mastermind to create, now when we think of a situation and feel like it's so messy and so sticky, I always say no puzzle can be created without first creating the solution. If you could create this sticky situation for yourself, to discreate it is going to be so easy. Just the minute you know that, oh, I made this crossword, I made this Sudoku. To make a Sudoku, you must and like put in all figures, enter all answers first, then you can erase a few. You cannot randomly make it. Same goes for your life, same goes for any situation, any problem, anything you've created within your life. If you had the mastermind to create it, no matter how messy, you have the absolute key to unlocking it and discreating it, to shifting forward within your life. So please send that energy forward to anything and everything you do. We're here to guide you. Get in touch with us for whatever you need to. We're sitting here for you, to guide you. And just allow yourself to simply keep moving, keep on going, to move forward. Okay, because you and only you have that power. Nobody else can drink the water for you. So allow yourself to drink that water, move forward, have a beautiful day and a beautiful week. Saying bye from Cesta, and hoping to reconnect with each of you next week. And within this week as well, have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye.